Earwigs are arthropods, insects with a bad reputation. In fact, the scientific name of the common earwig refers to the fear it has instilled in humans. Forficula auricularia, which literally means earwig. This name comes from the belief that this insect enters the ear, which is more of a myth than a reality. If we look at the name in English, earwig, it refers to the ear in the word insect, which has generated countless fears about this particular insect. Although it's not surprising, due to their unappealing appearance and imposing pincers at the tail end, these are simply modified legs that serve to defend against other insects and arachnids. They are not as effective as they appear and lack venomous glands, but they help them pierce the exoskeleton of their predators. They have 3 pairs of functional legs, an elongated and somewhat flattened body, a pair of ocelli that allow them to detect light and movement, and a pair of antennae that help them detect prey, danger, and other earwigs. They belong to the family Forficulidae, whose main characteristic is the presence of pincers at the tail end. There are 1,840 known species, each with subtle differences such as size, color, and location. They can be found in the continents of America, Europe, Asia, and some countries in Oceania. They mostly live in tropical forests, although they also inhabit temperate regions, and in recent years, cold areas like the southernmost part of Argentina. They spend the day hidden in cracks in the ground, under rocks and logs, near plants where they find their food. At first glance, they don't seem to have wings, but they actually have a pair carefully folded beneath tiny covers that protect the front of their abdomen, like most beetles. However, they're rarely seen flying because they are nocturnal, and this is part of the reason they are hardly ever observed in flight. These animals have a varied diet. Some species are omnivores, while others exhibit saprophagus behavior, feeding on a wide variety of animal and plant material. Most feed on carrion, but often they eat small arthropods that parasitize plants, such as aphids. These parasites severely affect plants, and earwigs help combat them naturally. They also eat fruits, leaves, flowers, and fungi, although to a lesser extent. While they contribute to freeing plants from diseases, since although it may not seem so, plants can also suffer from bacterial, viral, and fungal diseases. They can cause some minor damage, although not significant. They could serve as a natural alternative to combat pests without the need for pesticides if used properly, in a controlled manner, and with further research. Earwigs have a bad reputation. For many people, they are terrifying and repulsive, and when combined with the belief that they enter the ears, cut the eardrum, and lay eggs in the brain, the perception worsens. This myth, which dates back thousands of years, originated because of their peculiar behavior. They like to live in damp, dark places, and the ear canal is a space with those characteristics. The lack of knowledge about certain diseases and disorders reinforced this myth. While it's true that earwigs enter holes, many other insects do the same. Most, upon detecting a large animal, flee to avoid putting their lives in danger. Also, if the myth were true, it wouldn't be limited to the ear canal. They would try to enter any of the cavities the human body has. Although I don't doubt that, in a rare case, they might try to enter a human body by mistake. Yes, anything is possible in this life, like winning the lottery jackpot without buying a ticket. The odds are very low, but they exist. However, for this to happen would be highly improbable, and the idea that they cut the eardrum to lay their eggs is a lie, which I'll address later. Still, if you have concerns or worries about them getting inside you, the solution is simple. Just keep your room clean, avoiding dead insect remains. If you're camping, you can put cotton in your ears as a precaution. Remember, they are living creatures, and if you find one, it's best to let it go. Don't kill it. It won't harm you. One of the most notable characteristics of earwigs, and the reason they are included in Mother's Month, is their family life and the behavior of the mother. To begin with, there is marked sexual dimorphism between the sexes. This is located in the pincers. Males have a curvature in them, while females' pincers are straight. Both sexes gather to find a crack during the months of September, where mating occurs, and during much of the fall and winter, they can be seen together. Later, between January and March, the male withdraws or is expelled so the female can begin laying between 20 and 80 eggs, with larger females producing a higher number. Each species has a different average incubation period, ranging from 56 to 85 days. Initially, the eggs are scattered throughout the chamber, but the mother will soon start forming a pile with them, giving continuous attention from that moment on. One by one, she picks them up with her mouth to avoid damaging them and licks them to prevent them from drying out or becoming moldy. She is able to recognize her offspring and distinguish them from wax balls or round stones, rejecting them due to their taste and smell. During this period, the female becomes much more aggressive than usual, protecting her offspring from any threat, even sacrificing her life in the process. She feeds only on eggs that have been damaged, but her care is not limited to incubation. Upon hatching, the young are not in the larval form, but in the nymph stage, a metamorphic stage where they resemble adults and stay with their mother for a time, hiding under her body and feeding on molted skin. After the second molt, they disperse and reach full development by July. And if you're still viewing this creature with disgust, let me tell you something else. The family life of the earwig represents an early stage in the evolution of social organization and maternal instinct, much more organized than in ants, bees, or termites. In these latter insects, it is not the mother who takes care of the offspring, but the other offspring. The fact that an insect exhibits maternal behavior is one of the earliest links in this peculiar behavior, inherited from a common ancestor millions of years ago. To this day, this behavior allows countless species to effectively ensure the preservation of their genes, changing very little over time. I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please like it and share it so more people can discover this channel. I'll leave my social media links so we can stay in touch, and I'll be using those platforms to announce important updates about the channel. If you're new, I invite you to subscribe. Thank you very much for watching this video. See you next time. Goodbye.